North Korea says it may carry out another nuclear test. Seoul has warned Pyongyang of repercussions if it follows through. Groundbreaking skin patches developed here in Korea hold promise to treat disorders like Parkinson's disease. And Seoul's Mapo Bridge was closed over the weekend for the filming of the Avengers 2. More inconveniences are expected over the next month of filming.
Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Monday, March 31st. I'm Luke Clary. After a series of missile launches this month, North Korea says it might carry out another nuclear test. Seoul has warned Pyongyang of repercussions if it follows through.
The North Korean Foreign Ministry is accusing the UN of illegitimately blaming Pyongyang for its alleged justified missile firing. The statement comes in response to the UN Security Council's condemnation of the North Korean missiles. Pyongyang added that it could fire missiles of a longer range than the Rodong missiles.
다정화된 해국 재력을 각이한 중장거리 목표들에 대하여 각이한 타격력으로 활용하기 위한 여러 가지 형태의 훈련들이 다 포함되게 될 것이다.
The Stalinist state says if Washington takes issue with its missile launches, it has countermeasures in place that are even hard to imagine. Pyongyang's remarks apparently refer to the possibility of another nuclear test.
해국 재력을 더욱 강화하기 위한 새로운 형태의 핵시험도 배제되지 않을 것이다.
It's the first time that the North mentioned the possibility of a fourth nuclear test after its National Defense Commission threatened to demonstrate the North nuclear deterrent force on March 14th. Seoul responded by expressing serious concerns and warning that if Pyongyang continues to ignore the strong demands of the international community and proceeds with its nuclear tests, it will eventually have to pay a price. The South Korean Foreign Ministry also added that Seoul will cooperate closely with the member nations of the six-way nuclear talks to prepare for any provocations from the North, including the nuclear tests.
North Korea appears to be stepping up its condemnation of the South day by day. Seoul is calling on Pyongyang to stop with the threats and verbal attacks, pointing out that such remarks are a breach of an inter-Korean agreement not to slander each other.
North Korea's state-run TV station has aired a news conference by North Korean fishermen who drifted into South Korean waters. They were repatriated last week. In the news conference, all of the North Korean fishermen lied that South Korea had kidnapped and pressured them to defect.
새멍둥이 휘둘리면서 내려와서는 우리 선원들, 우리 선장, 기한장 마구 구두발로 밟고.
North Korea threatened to turn South Korea into ashes and a sea of fire if South Korean civic groups continue to distribute anti-North Korean leaflets. The North also directly criticized South Korean President Park Geun-hye. The North Korean news program aired interviews of North Korean civilians who were criticizing South Korea.
비방 증상을 하지 말자고 약속하고는 탈북자들까지 내세우면서 비라를 살포하고 있다니 어찌 너는 참을 수 있겠습니까?
뒤에서 이런 불망나니 짓을 하니 남선 개래 정권이야말로 썩을 대로 썩은.
The South Korean government retorted North Korea's claims and urged Pyongyang to stop all slandering against Seoul. The Defense Ministry called on the North not to escalate inter-Korean tensions by distorting the truth behind the return of the North Korean fishing boat. The Unification Ministry criticized the North for violation of an inter-Korean agreement not to slander each other. It urged Pyongyang to never again denounce Seoul. The South Korean government is keeping a close eye on North Korea for threats and condemnation that could escalate into actual provocations.
Seoul's Mapo Bridge was closed for over 11 hours this weekend for the filming of the Hollywood movie The Avengers 2. The movie's shoot is scheduled to continue through mid-April and is expected to cause severe traffic congestion.
The filming of the Hollywood movie The Avengers 2 has begun on Mapo Bridge in downtown Seoul amid tight security. Onlookers brought with them telescopes, masks, and chairs to witness the rare scene.
5시 반쯤에 왔는데 어벤져스 촬영하는 거 보니까 되게 좋고 현장에 있어서 좋고.
The shoot also caused severe traffic congestion as the Mapo Bridge was closed for more than 11 hours, even prompting drivers to take detours. The entire Yeouido area where the bridge is located was packed the whole weekend, as scores of tourists also flocked to the area to see spring blossoms. Seoul residents had to go through severe inconveniences as entrances to nearby subway stations were closed, while several bus routes were changed.
완전 통제를 해가지고서 뭐 얼마나 이게 우리 국가적으로 이득이 가는지 모르겠지만 이거는 아니에요.
The director of the Avengers sent a video message to the Korean public asking for understanding, as many says it was a nice gesture.
또 우리나라를 홍보할 수 있는 좋은 기회가 될 수 있는 이런 계기가 될 것 같아요.
The Korean government has approved traffic closures in 7 areas, hoping that the movie shoot will help attract more tourists to the nation. Traffic jams are expected to remain severe until the shoot comes to an end on April 13th.
10 years have passed since the effectuation of the Korea-Chile FTA. The country has signed 47 such trade pacts in the last 10 years. But many South Korean trading companies don't think the agreements are helpful.
A survey found that about 40% of South Korean trading companies could not take advantage of a free trade agreement with a foreign country. The finding was made in a survey of 1,000 traders, which was conducted by the Korea International Trade Association to mark the 10th anniversary of the South Korean-Chilean FTA. Only 56% of companies with the sales of some $9 million or less answered that they have benefited from an FTA. Fewer small companies have found the trade pacts useful than large corporations. Of the firms that have used FTAs, 21% said that the trade deals were not helpful. They explained that South Korea has no trade pact with the countries that are their current or potential trading partners. They also said that the trade deals do not reap a lot of benefits for them because of the economic slump and the fluctuating foreign exchange rates. As for problems with the FTAs, the respondents cited complicated procedures, insufficient information, and insufficient cooperation from trading partners. The Korea International Trade Association expects that the effects of the trade pacts will become more tangible if the global economy recovers this year. It also stressed the need to promote the benefits of free trade agreements to trading companies.
Korean researchers have developed groundbreaking skin patches that monitor and treat patients. There's much hope for the practical application this will have on Parkinson's disease.
Pope John Paul II, who passed away in 2005, legendary boxing champion Muhammad Ali. Both these people had one thing in common. It's Parkinson's disease. It's a degenerative motor disorder caused by a decrease in the number of brain neurons. In Korea, there are some 100,000 Parkinson's disease patients. Korean researchers from the Institute for Basic Science have ushered in a new era in the treatment of this debilitating disease. The researchers developed the world's first patch-type wearable electronic system, where it consists of a patch and a sensor that can be attached to the skin. When Parkinson's disease patients wear the patch, their motor disorders are detected by the sensor, and the patch administers medication according to the severity of the symptoms.
치료로 인해서 증세가 완화되는지 더 악화되는지를 실시간으로 모니터링하면서 거기 피드백을 받아서 또다시 진단하는.
The sensors used in the patches don't cause any discomfort to patients as they are 1 nanometer thick, which is only 1/1000th of a meter. The patch-type electronic system has been introduced in the world-renowned journal Nature Nanotechnology and will likely be commercialized in a few years from now.
South Korean films on Korean history are catching eyes overseas with star actors, solid storylines, and imaginative retelling of the past. International film markets have taken notice.
The Hong Kong Film Mart is Asia's largest film market. Foreign buyers show their interest in Korean historical movies. One movie is about a struggle between the political factions during the time of King Jeongjo in the Joseon dynasty. It has yet to be released, but it has been sold to the US, Japan, and Southeast Asian countries even before its opening.
Korean movies have some higher standard in quality in cinematography, so that's why we really like the style of the movies.
日本の人が見ても十分楽しめるコンテンツじゃないかなと思います。
6 Korean historical movies will be released this year. They're blockbusters that had production costs of over $9 million each. The movies feature star actors who are also popular overseas. Their imaginative, creative storylines and developments also appeal to foreigners who are not even familiar with Korean history.
한국의 시나리오가 일단 소재가 참신하고 그리고 헐리우드 작법이 잘 녹아들어 있는 그런 대중적인 화법을 취하고 있기 때문에
The historical films are attractive enough to captivate both domestic and foreign movie lovers.
K-pop group Super Junior's subunit Super Junior M took first on China's first music ranking show. Meanwhile, the cast of KBS reality show The Human Condition says goodbye.
Super Junior M took first place in CCTV's Global Chinese Music on Saturday with its title song Swing. Super Junior M is a subunit of K-pop group Super Junior and targets mainly the Chinese audience. This show is China's first music ranking show. The ranking is decided by adding points earned in the pre-show online poll and real-time votes. The show is aired every Saturday. The first show was aired on March 22nd, and a week later, the #1 song was announced for the first time. The first season cast of KBS's variety show, The Human Condition, said goodbye after 17 months. In Human Condition, the cast members undertook seemingly impossible missions like living without mobile phones for a week. The show tried to convey what is really important in living our lives today. The second season cast is composed of only women and includes comedians Kim Suk, Kim Shin-young, and Kim Ji-min. The new season starts on April 5th. Yang Hyun-suk, head of YG Entertainment, said Psy would make a comeback soon. In an interview with a KBS Showbiz news show, Yang said that Psy's title song was completed on March 12th. According to Yang, Psy has been working hard for the past 8 months to write another global hit like Gangnam Style, and the singer would make a comeback as the shooting of the music video is over.
Koreans are helping out less fortunate neighbors by putting aside a handful of rice each time they cook. This small act of kindness adds up quickly.
This is a MG Community Credit Cooperative office in the city of Cheongju. People stream into the bank, each carrying a small sack of rice. They have saved a scoopful of rice whenever they cooked. Some of the rice was purchased with the money donated by bank customers. The donated rice is repackaged and given out to the needy residents in the city.
일주일 되면 보통 요 좀더리 봉투 하나가 돼요. 그럼 가지고 와서 공구 갖다 주고 돌아왔을 때 제 마음 너무 행복하고 뿌듯하고 참 즐거운 마음으로 돌아가고 있습니다.
A long line of people stretches in front of the office on the day that the rice is being distributed. 3 tons of rice were collected over the past 4 months. Although the amount of rice being consumed has gone down in Korea, there are still a lot of people in need of things to eat. The rice donations give them hope and remind them that people still care.
8월 추석에 또 준다 그러더라고요. 그래서 걱정이 하나도 없어요, 나.
This rice sharing campaign has been going on for 16 years now.
지역 경제도 어렵고 가정 경제도 어렵기 때문에 이런 것에 조금이나마 따뜻한 동행이 될 수 있는 이런 차원에서 이 좀더리 운동을 계속 하고 있습니다.
These small acts of kindness are making the world a much better place for those in need of help.
With every spring, you can find the herb mugwort growing on the mountains and in the fields. They're packed with vitamins, cleanse your blood, ease spring fever, and come in handy for many Oriental medicines.
Today we visit Hampyeong, South Jeolla Province to find mugwort, one of the most popular spring herbs in Korea. It's still a few weeks before mugwort plants start sprouting in earnest, but in the south they're already popping up. At this farm alone, 300 kilograms of mugwort is produced daily as a major source of income in the agricultural off-season. The fresh green herb is also known to be medicinal.
쑥은 충곤증과 피로로 시달리는 몸에 에너지를 보충해주는 좋은 재료입니다. 고혈압 개선에 효과가 있고 또 콜레스테롤을 낮춰주고 체내의 노폐물을 제거해서 혈압을 낮춰주고 피를 맑게 도와줍니다. 또한 비타민, 미네랄 등이 풍부해서 간의 해독 기능과 지방의 대사를 원활하게 해서 피로 회복 및 체력 개선 기능을 합니다.
Mugworts that grow in the early spring in the shade are said to have softer leaves with a rich aroma. So let's look at dishes we can cook up with mugwort. First is steamed rice cake mixed with mugwort. Wash the herb with water, strain the water, and then mix the mugwort with rice flour seasoned with salt and sugar. Now you steam the mugwort and rice flour mix placed on a cotton cloth. Adjusting the heat is crucial. Use high heat for the first 5 minutes, medium heat for the next 5, and give it another 5 minutes for the rice cake to settle. Then it's done. Another treat is mugwort soup. Mix bean paste in a broth and boil the soup. Drop in some mugwort at the very end. The aroma will evaporate if they're cooked too long. What about a mugwort latte for dessert? It's super easy to make. Mix in a spoonful of mugwort powder and honey with steamed milk. Stir it up and there's your latte, a wonderful healthy treat for children. A table arranged with mugwort dishes rich in vitamins and minerals is complete. There's a lot of green in this meal and it's perfect for this time of year.
만드는 법도 쉽고 먹었을 때 수향이 팍 퍼지면서 봄을 먹는 느낌이에요.
The use of mugwort doesn't end here. The herb is also great for your skin. A substance called cineol is contained in the mugwort and helps the body process waste. Combine the mugwort powder with various herbal ingredients and let the mix ferment naturally. You'll be fired up with a heat of close to 70 degrees. You lie inside this tub as if you're taking a sand bath. You will sweat profusely. But after the mugwort steamed bath, you will feel fresh and rejuvenated.
땀이 이렇게 줄줄 나니까 기분이 상쾌하고요. 또 집에 가서 잠도 잘 오고 배변 활동도 잘 되고 그래서 좋아요.
Mugwort has a warm nature and it's said to be particularly good for women. You can do mugwort steaming quite easily at home as well. First boil the herb in hot water and then put it in a porcelain-type cask and steam will come out. All you have to do is just sit still. This therapy is known to help with menstrual pain, irregular periods, and cystitis, or inflammation of the bladder.
혈액순환이 잘 되는 것 같고요. 좀 냉증이 개선되는 것 같아요.
Eat mugwort and apply it in diverse ways to rejuvenate your body, ward off spring fever, and welcome and enjoy the warming weather.
Now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. That's it for this edition of News Today. We'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Have a great day.